Hello, hello, hello. I'm Erica Lynn, better known as Erica Lynn Speaks.
If I can think about it for a second, learn to live life for the better. I had hard times, got a life coach for depression, got a life coach for depression. Now it's all mine, living days full of hard times. Ekalin, work on your mind, let's get on your grind. Working on the feelings inside, Ekalin got me on the rise.
Echoland speaks, so the Echoland speaks, so the Echoland speaks, yeah, yeah. Echoland speaks, so the Echoland speaks, so the Echoland speaks, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, alright. Looking up when I fell on hard times they changed my mind. Got my head up, looking to the sky. Miss Lynn, she changed my life. Looking up when I fell on hard times. With her unique design. Got my head up, looking to the sky.
Echoland speaks, so the Echoland speaks, so the Echoland speaks, yeah, yeah. Echoland speaks, so the Echoland.
Hello, hello, hello. This is your girl, Erica Lynn, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of Erica Lynn Speaks podcast. Y'all know how we do it over here. We like to play big or go home. Who are we playing big for? We are playing big for ourselves because if we don't play big for us, then no one else will, right? You got to love yourself more than anybody else because when the world is not evolving or somebody is not believing in you or you're not having a great day or things are not going your way, you have to believe in you. You have to have that mindset that you can accomplish, you can do, you can achieve whatever it is that you set your mind to achieve. And so today we're going to be talking about second quarter strategies with your mind, right? Because you guys know oftentimes when we talk about second quarter strategies, we think about finance and businesses. But today we're going to be focusing on second quarter strategies with your mindset. But before we get started, make sure you share this podcast with everybody that you know. And when you share it, make sure you put hashtag Erica Lynn fam. Let them know to come on in and join the fam. Come on, be a part of what you get to enjoy every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. So you guys know we're live on 2 Facebook pages. We are live on YouTube. And pretty soon we're going to be releasing the other things that my team is setting up. So don't miss out on a great opportunity for yourself, right? Don't miss out on information that, I work hard, really hard to prepare and provide information and tools that you guys can use on a week to week basis. Like you use this information that I give you, you can use this every single day of your life. So don't miss out on something that God has placed inside of me to share to you, and it really can make a difference in your life. So what I want to know is I had during my research, right? Not what I want to know, what I want to share. During my research, I had discovered that there's a phrase that I stumbled upon. It's called amat victoria coram. It's a Latin word, and what it means is victory loves preparation. How many people know that victory loves preparation, or there is victory in the preparation, right? So, what that is saying is that phrase means that we should all keep in mind before starting anything else new that you have to be prepared for it. So, the best time to study for a test is when? Before the test take place, right? So you don't get to the classroom and the teacher pass out the test and then you study for it, or you don't study for the first time when you get into the classroom. You know how those people like hurry up and study like right before class, or let me get your notes, Deja. Let me get somebody. And then you think you're going to pass the test because you did a speed study. That's not how you prepare. You prepare before the test arrives, before the day of the test, in order to be prepared. Next, the best place for you to get legal advice is before you sign that contract. I tell my children all the time, do not sign a contract before you have an attorney to look at it, before you have some legal advice, because this is the thing. All of those who are in the music industry, all those who have set up businesses or things that require you to sign contracts that someone else had given to you, If you sign a contract that you did not have legally looked at, and later on you're trying to accomplish something, or think that you're going to get more of the piece of the pie, or that you're not getting what you deserve, when you go over your contract with a fine tooth comb, it says clearly in the contract, yeah, you only get 20% and the big boys get 80%, but you signed it, right? Or they're saying that and you guys see all over Monique, and she's like so upset with DL Hughley because DL Hughley contract says he's the headliner, and hers that she prepared for herself says that she's the headliner. But this is the whole thing. Or the best time to get the legal advice is before you sign the contract. So she should have had the contract thoroughly looked at, not the one that she provided to the promoters, but if the promoters were providing one for her. I don't know. But again, do that ahead of time. Next, the best time to keep a customer. So for all those salespeople who are in the sales world and you have to deal with consumers on a regular basis, the best time to keep a customer is before she or he walks out the door, right? So that means that you got to put your mojo on there, your best sales face, everything that you got. Give them all the greatest deals that you have before they walk out the door. Because if you let them walk out the door, then they may not come back. Or if you let them walk out the door, they're going to go somewhere else, and someone else is going to put their sales mojo on them. Deja posted in the comment sections. Hi, Deja. Hi, everybody that's watching us today. She said, agree, preparing and being cautious in advance can save you a lot of headaches down the line. Absolutely, absolutely. So don't be in a rush to sign the contract. Don't be in a rush, because sometimes when things be rush, yeah, you got to question it sometimes. Like, why is this person so in a rush? Why they're trying to force me to do something? Because they don't want to give you a chance, an opportunity to look over everything. And then I've noticed, even let's go say an example from what you've seen in the movies, right? How they be negotiating in the boardroom. So yeah, people might give you a speed, rush, sign this deal, or let's negotiate on this deal. And they'll negotiate on the deal, and then they'll say, well, if all the paperwork checks out, then you got a deal. So what they're saying is they have verbally agreed on the deal, but the deal is not sealed until they have those papers looked at by their legal advice, right? Next, the best time to prepare for the quarter is before it arrives. Just like I said, we're talking about second quarter strategies. So you don't wait until second and third and fourth quarter to come to prepare, right? You prepare ahead of time. Like I've gotten an opportunity to meet a lot of people in the business industry, and I remember asking someone to help donate or give me money for like the fundraiser I was doing for Christmas to provide toys and things like that for the kids for Christmas time. And I think I asked this person maybe like in August or September, and the person already told me was they already had the organizations picked up. They already had their funds. So they prepared either at the beginning of the year or the end of the last year of what organizations and funds that they were going to donate to in 2022. So sometimes you got to be ahead of the game to be on time, right? Does that make sense to somebody? So what big moves, what great adventures are you guys preparing yourself for in second quarter? You can put that down in the comments section. What great adventures are you preparing yourself for in the second quarter? So that could be a number of things. That could be vacations. That could be buying a new car. That could just be saying, well, I want to sit out on the pool side on the beach, but I got to get the beach body. What is it that you're preparing yourself for? What do you want? You see, success is any endeavor. It's not about luck. It requires preparation, strategy, and skillful execution, right? So you guys know you can't just say, I want a beach body and just wake up the next day and you have a beach body. A lot of people that you see with those beach bodies, they worked really hard for years. They ate right for years. They made sure that they exercised and did the things that they needed to do in order to properly prepare. But what I want to ask you again, put your questions down, your answer down in the comments section. For those of you who are just joining us, what have you done to prepare for your second quarter? So I'm asking you, hi Don. Don said they sure did. They have prepared and worked on their bodies really hard to get to where they are. You see, like I said, we often talk about when we say second quarter, like I said, we talk about finances and business, and which we are going to touch on those topics in the month of June, because I am bringing the specialists in. You guys know I always got to bring the heavy hitters in, like Nicole Roberts and Dexter Jenkins, and we have some other heavy hitters that's coming in. And Dr. Don, she's going to come back, right, and talk about how to prepare in the second quarter for your body, right? Things that you can do to prepare you physically. And don't forget that we're doing a water challenge. So make sure that you guys are still drinking a lot of water and making sure that you are moving, constantly moving. So I asked the questions was, what have you done to prepare for the second quarter? Deja said, I set a new schedule and I am sticking to it this time. It helps me so much to have written out first and organized. Absolutely, Deja, because when you write it out, you're able to hold yourself accountable for one. And for two, when you write it out, if you're missing a step or if you've missed something, then you're able to look at your list and say, oh, okay, well, I missed this. Let me go back and get it. And what's most important is when you write it out, you see in advance what you have to do to prepare for it, right? So I'll give you an example. I do my financial budgeting, and one of the things that I use is a calendar. So additional to writing everything out on a budget sheet, bookkeeping, right? But I use the calendar so I know what day everything is due. I know, and then I write the amount, how much is coming out on that date is due. But the other thing is I'm able to look at the calendar as a whole and see that, oh my God, well, at the beginning of the month, my bills are $2,000 or $3,000 or whatever that number is. And then that means that the week before or 2 weeks before, I got to go hard, hammer hard to make sure that I have that money. Or you can do it with what the professionals do, people who may be on that next level financially. They know what their budget is, how much money they need for the month of June. So they already knew that in May. And so that entire amount. So say your bills is 5,000, bills and whatever is coming out is 5,000. So they knew in May that June was going to be 5,000. So they already put $5,000 in that account and set those things to come out automatically. But that is something that you do to help you to prepare for the second quarter. And so Deja, you was right on the money. Kim said that's a great one, Deja, writing it out. So again, now what we're talking about today is mindsets. So how do you prepare your mindset, Deja? And Kim, how do you prepare your mindset? Don, how do you prepare your mindset for the second quarter? Well, I'm going to give you guys the first one. Are you ready? The first one is only use positive words when you're talking. That's hard to say, right? That's easier said than done, right? That wasn't positive, Erica, but it is. Only use positive words when you're talking. And what that is if you're constantly telling yourself, I can't, you may convince yourself that that is the truth. Replace those negative words with the positive ones. Instead of telling yourself you would do your best or that you would try your hardest, instead, actually tell yourself you can do this. I'm doing this. I'm working hard. I'm trying hard. I got this. I'm telling you guys, I have to tell myself that every single day, because now that I'm going to the gym 5 days a week. Before I used to be like, oh, I'm going in here, I can get it, but I'm gonna do it, but I'm not that good, I'm not that strong. Now I go in there with like a tunnel vision, a tunnel mind. I say, I'm gonna knock this thing out. I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna go in here and lift these weights and walk out with a strong mind, healthy body, and a six pack. So look, I'm believing that one day when I wake up, I'm gonna have a six pack. Okay, that's positive. Anyway, the second thing that you must tell yourself is, and if you guys want to write these down, you can. The second thing that you must tell yourself is push out all the feelings that aren't positive. So being able to prepare your mindset is pushing out all the feelings that aren't positive. What does that mean? Don't let negative thoughts and feelings overwhelm you when you're feeling down. Ooh, that's a good one. Even if it's only for a few hours or day, push your negativity aside and only focus on the good things in your life, right? So what does that mean? There's a lot of people that follow me that deals with depression. And what I've learned in the process of depression is that depression, you have a tunnel vision, right? So you could asphyxiate on one word. So let's just say somebody called you fat. And now you have a tunnel vision and you just focusing on I'm fat. They said I'm fat. They said I'm fat. They said I'm fat. Right? Never did you focus on how a solution on how not to be fat, or no, did you not focus on your on saying I'm pretty, I'm beautiful, I can do this, I got what it takes. You focus on the negative. So what I'm saying to you is push out all of those negative things and only think about positive things. So you're not fat, you're just juicy. You're not fat, you big boned, okay? And trust me, men love big boned women, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I forgot to turn my other light on. I can't reach it. So I had to improvise. I just realized that. But anyway, what did Deja say? Deja says affirmations. I'm a strong believer in them. I'm a life path 8. What? I'm a life path 8, the manifester. So I make it a goal to think positive and speak positive. So I live a positive life. That is very good, Deja. That is very good because when you think positive, you are positive, your actions are positive, and you're able to just move forward in life. You're able to just do more and achieve sometimes more than others, because you have a healthy mindset, and that's what we're talking about. um Second quarter strategies and making sure that you have a healthy mindset, making sure that you're in the right thought process, right? So that you can go forward, because we know in life negative things are going to come your way, but bump those negative things. I'm on some positive stuff, right? So number 3, y'all ready for number 3? Number 3 is use words that evoke strength and success. That sounds powerful, don't it? Use words that evoke strength and success. So what does that mean? Try filling your thoughts with words that make you feel strong, happy, and in control of your life. Make a concentrated effort to focus on these words rather than those that make you feel like you are failing or incomplete. So, what words, I have to ask you, what word or words do you use or can you use in your life that make you feel strong or complete? So, for me, I'll give you mine because sometimes I would deal with depression. My words would be, I am happy. That makes me feel really strong. Just something as simple as I am happy. Because for a person who battles with their own happiness, right? And then when you get happy or you experience happiness on some level, sometimes it only lasts for a little while. But if you wake up every day, I'm happy, I'm in a good mindset. And again, follow with number 2, push out the negative things or the naysayers or what people have to say that's negative, or then you stay in a happy place. Now, every day, 31 days out of a month, nobody is like on cloud 9 for 31 days. However, if you get 28 days out of the 31 days, or you get a great percentage, you're doing great, and you celebrate though that great percentage that you have achieved, right? So let's go on to number 4. And don't forget to put your words down in the comment section. What word or words that you can say that make you feel strong or happy? So I'll be looking for that. So number 4 is practice positive affirmations. And that goes along with what Deja said before, that she practices positive affirmations. So what does practicing positive affirmations mean? Well, one of the most popular positive thinking exercises is positive affirmations. That was a tongue twister, wasn't it? See, I've been getting better. What we're talking about, preparing for the job that you want before you get the job instead of getting the job and then preparing, right? So this means that you repeat a phrase to yourself on a regular basis, like I deserve to be happy. I am worthy of love. Believing that these things are true and reminding yourself of it can help give you a more positive outlook, right? So you guys know that in my book, The 7 Techniques of Healing, in chapter 2 or chapter 3, I believe it's chapter 3, I provided a lot of positive affirmations that people can use on on a day-to-day basis. And I had given you guys prior, if you follow me on this podcast regularly, I had given you a tip to take 10 index cards. And on those 10 index cards, you could take 5 of the positive affirmations out of the book. But then the other 5, I recommend that you write your own, so that when you are saying those affirmations daily, you're not just saying something that I gave you, but you're saying something that's personable to you, so that as you're saying them with conviction, and you begin to feel it and believe it and own it and walk in it and feel your strength, right? So I had asked to you guys what words that make you feel strong or positive information. And Don said, I am grateful. That is positive. Yes, Don, what are you grateful for? Look, I got to take it to the next level. What are you grateful for? And Luther, he must have put a emoji. Hi, Luther. Thanks for joining us. And Deja says, I attract abundance. Oh, that's strong. That's powerful, Deja. Oh, I feel that. I feel that one. Yes, that is fantastic. So now, and is there so that kind of goes hand to hand, like that's like a positive affirmation as well as a strong word. But both of them, as you can see, it all ties in together, because we're talking about the second quarter strategies that change your mindset, that prepare you, and I really think back about that word that I told, that phrase that I told you guys about. Let me go back to it, because I don't want to jack it up. Amat Victoria Coram. And again, I said that was a Latin word that means victory loves preparation. So how do you get to your next level? How do you get to the third quarter if you haven't prepared in the second quarter for the third quarter? How do you get to the second quarter if you haven't prepared in the first quarter for the second quarter? And so the whole goal is to prepare. You got to prepare your mindset. So if you guys ever notice, when I do, because each month we do a theme, right? So for the month again of June, we're going to be talking about second quarter strategies. But I find that it is so important to talk about the mindset, because before you can start anything or can continue anything, you got to start with you. You got to start with the mind, because you can have one of the greatest deals on the planet. You could have been attracted to, or big organizations could have been attracted to you, or you could have the relationship of a lifetime. Like for you ladies, you can have the best looking man. I mean, the brother gets fly. He hit all your checkpoints, the man that you asked God for. But if you didn't prepare your mind for this man when he came into your life, then you may miss out on the opportunity. Brothers, do you know what I'm talking about? If you haven't did the thing to work on yourself, prepared yourself for that lady that you've been asking God for, that woman that just completes you, that feeds you, cook for you, and pampers you and spoils you. But if you haven't prepared your mind for her, then you possibility you're gonna miss out on that opportunity. So you got to get the mindset right. So, Deja put another one, a good one in here. I am unwavering. Okay. That is positive. That's strong. That's real strong. I feel that. Oh, I like these words. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Then make sure when you share this, hashtag Erica Lynn fam. I am unwavering. That's fantastic. I love that, Deja. So we could go to number 5 because we did the positive affirmations. Again, I'm strong, I'm wonderful, I'm positive, I am unwavering, as what she said. I am unwavering, I am fantastic. I attract abundance, I am grateful. What else do we have in here? So I'm just reading the comments, y'all. That was Kim. I apologize, Kim. Kim said he is unwavering. Look, I'm kind of blind sometimes. No, I'm just teasing. My correction. Look, so we're going to go to number 5. Number 5 is, let me put it up on the screen. Number 5 is direct your thoughts. Direct your thoughts. Direct your thoughts. This technique used by psychotherapists can help you control your thoughts. When you start to feel down or anxious, create a happy thought, a positive image, or give yourself positive feedback to keep bad feelings in check. How many can relate to that? How many can relate to what I just said? To keep yourself in check. So anxiousness is something that most of us humans deal with, right? We deal with being anxious to, like, if we got a new job, we anxious to go on that job, or we experience some form of anxiety, like when you have a job interview. But when you change that to a positive energy or a positive image, you can calm down the anxiousness. So for me, right, I love nature. I love to be outside. I love to walk barefoot, but those days is over. But I like to be in the grass. I like to feel the sand in my toes. But most importantly, I love the sunlight. So when I am feeling anxious or I am feeling down or some type of way, I could do something as simple as open my windows and let the sunlight in, or step outside on the porch and just feel the warm air and the sun. And it really totally changes my mode and my mood that I'm in. So it helped me to direct my thoughts into a different place. So I'm no longer focused on that negativity. I'm focused on who. First of all, I'm focused on being whole and making sure that my mind is in the right place. Then, secondly, once I get my mind recentered, like my trainer always say, when I'm working out, right, and say I have to do a set of 15, and most of the times we want to do it real fast to get it done over with. But if you're doing it real fast, you kind of get sloppy. She always say, Erica, reset yourself, take your time, reset yourself, and then do it, and you can come out strong. So I say that about something that you could do mentally when you're feeling overwhelmed or you're feeling anxious. Reset yourself so that you could direct your thoughts in a positive way. Don said yes. And she loves to go outside too. That's right, Don. I feel that. So number 6, we're going to go to number 6, which is, let me put it up on the screen. This is important. Believe you will succeed. Believe it. Believe you will succeed. There's nothing like believing in yourself to create a successful reality. Give yourself the benefit of doubt and believe that you will succeed in fulfilling your goals. That is so positive. Believe that you will succeed. You guys hear me when I open up the podcast and I say, let's play big or go home. Who are we playing big for? Ourselves, right? So that means that we had to tell ourselves we can do this, we can accomplish this, we can, what does the Bible say? You could do all things in Christ that strengthens you. And so when you believe it, then you feel it and you own it and your mindset change and you begin to walk into it. And then when you see those people and you see people and great things happen for them, and you be like, oh my God, wow, how did this happen? Well, they believed it and they went for it. They did a lot of hard work. They prepared. See, their hard work was the preparation for the end result. But if you're not willing to do the hard work or believe in yourself, then you may not get the results that you want. But once you start focusing on the most important part, which is your mindset, man, you can achieve anything that you want to achieve, right? So number 7 is analyze what went wrong. I hope you guys are writing these down. Well, I guess you can always go back and watch the podcast. Analyze what went wrong. Thinking positively doesn't mean denying that there is anything wrong. Instead, give yourself some time to think about the things that led up to that current event or situation so you can avoid future mistakes and look toward a more positive tomorrow. So what does that mean? Well, okay, so you didn't get you didn't get the job. You went on a job interview and you think you prepared and you didn't get the job. How many people, when you got that phone call to say, well, we declined the offer, or you just didn't get the phone call to say, we will accept you, you got an email to say, oh, we decided to go with a more qualified person. This is a great opportunity for you to analyze what went wrong. Well, that means that maybe you need to brush up on your interview skills. You need to call Dawn or Deja and say, well, hey, can you practice interviewing me, or read some books, or look at some mock interviews on YouTube? But this is an opportunity really truly to analyze what went wrong. What did you say wrong? Or did you provide the skills that they want? Because a lot of times, this was taught to me, but it is true. And I've heard this before. When you're going to apply for a job, you look at that job ad, that reference in the ad that's in the paper, and they're telling you they want you to have this skill, that skill, this skill. You need a certification, you need a degree, or whatever. So say you got everything else but the certification. What do? You go after the certification. Or when you go to the interview, you say, hey, I got this qualification, and I'm currently enrolling in this certification program. Will your company pay for tuition reimbursement? To let them know that you're constantly going after the bigger goal, that you're a goal getter. You're just not complacent at where you at. And so they, 9 times out of 10, they'll give you the job because they like, oh my God, this is a positive person. They're constantly moving forward. But if they did not give you the job, then you really have to analyze, like, did you do your best interview? Did you, meet the qualifications that they are looking for? So don't look at it as a negative thing. Just look at it as, what can I fix, or how can I get it right the next time, or how can I do better on my next interviews? But that's a great opportunity for you. So I hope this helps somebody. So number 8, let me put up number 8 on the screen for you guys. So number 8 is give yourself credit. Oh my God. This one is it's really good, because oftentimes when we feel frustrated or upset, we only concentrate on the bad thing. How many, put your hand up, how many only concentrate on the bad things, on the mistakes that we made, instead of giving ourselves credit for what we did right? Okay. Allow yourself to feel confident about the things you have accomplished, even if you messed up in other areas, right? So how many people be like, well, we could take ones for our kids, for example, and your kid get into some trouble and you like, oh my God, I'm such a bad parent, right? Well, what about the things that you did right? You managed to get the kid out of elementary school, make it through middle school, through on their way out the door through high school. And you made sure that they had food on the table, clothes on their back, a roof over their head. That is something positive to celebrate. When you go in the job interview example I just gave, if you didn't get the job, but just think about what you did accomplish. You might have some certifications, you might have some degrees. The credit, you showed up for the interview. Give yourself credit. Let me tell you why that is a positive thing, actually showing something as simple as showing up for the interview. When I interview for the job that I currently have, I was told that there were so many people that was applying for the job, and they would set up interviews and people wouldn't even show up. So if you showed up for the interview, give yourself some credit for showing up for the interview, right? I wish I knew how to make the clapping sound on the podcast. My producer's not here today to rock it out. What you say, Kim? Deja say she taking notes. Kim says me. That's what's up. So give yourself credit for the things that you did do right. And I have to be transparent and honest. I haven't always given myself credit, but I'm going to tell you when I was going I had gone through a financial hurdle 3 times. The first time I filed bankruptcy, the second time somebody taught me how to do it, and then I did that same financial, got into financial, but just not as financial trouble, but not as deep as I did the first time. So the third time, I had to write out a plan of how I was going to get out of this trouble. That means that I had to work harder. I had to get everything paid off. And in the process of going after that goal, sometimes you can work so hard that you just exhausted, right? And all you seeing is the overall goal, the overall picture. But if you actually take some time and step away, like step back and look at the positive, look at what you did do, look at, what you paid off, look at how far you've come. And then my girl, I have a friend, Nova, she always looks at the glass half full, right? And so I only have the other half to go. But just imagine if I was still at the beginning and I had the whole thing to go. So celebrate your wins, celebrate the things that you have accomplished. Pat yourself on the back. I'm telling you, like this from cleaning your house and cooking or dressing nice, celebrate the fact that you are able to do these things for yourself, because there are individuals who cannot do the things that you can do and would love to be in a position to do what you do. And so just celebrate and appreciate yourself and appreciate your wins. How I did a podcast a while back about wins and losses. Celebrate your wins, right? My sister Dawn, she's on here. My nephew he's going back to school and he's in the football. Let me tell you, that's such a major win. So Don, you should be over here giving yourself hand claps. Deja, put some hand claps down in the comment section. Let's celebrate the win. The fact that when he go out there, he gonna burn so much energy on the football field that when he come home, he just gonna take a shower, eat, and go to sleep. So celebrate that he won't be up in your face in the future. But Don has said so true to celebrate your wins. She ain't say so true to me, telling her wear her son out and go to sleep, but she gonna find out how that works. Um, Deja put some she put the claps down there for you, Dawn. Dawn says she is looking forward to that. That is wonderful. So we're gonna do number 9. And let me put number 9 on the screen. That's funny. Number 9 is forgive yourself. Forgive yourself, forgive yourself, forgive yourself. I mean, that's even in my book. That's like in chapter 2. Forgive yourself. All a part about moving forward is forgiveness. We all talk about when somebody hurt us or something, you got to forgive the other person. Before you can forgive the other person, you got to forgive yourself. You see, constantly beating yourself up about things that have gone wrong, it won't change them. Tell yourself that you're forgiven for mistakes and allow yourself to move on. See, when something happened to you that was not the most positive or just was very detrimental, we're taught to let's go through our healing journey, right? And then you will see most persons saying to someone, I may not forget, but I forgive you. But in that process, I want to make sure that you're not missing one of the key components, which is forgive yourself. Because let me tell you why. We can give an example as far as a rape victim, right? So the rape victim goes through the healing process and she has to confront the accuser, and she says to him, I forgive you. But do you guys know that she's eating up on the inside because she didn't forgive herself? And why didn't she forgive herself? Well, maybe if I wasn't out late at night, or maybe I didn't go to this person's house like I was supposed to, or maybe if I listened to my mother like I was supposed, this wouldn't have happened. So she's holding just as much guilt as the accuser. So you have to truly go through your healing journey. You have to be positive and you have to forgive yourself. How many people know how important it is to forgive yourself, right? To, like, you cannot go back and change the past. You can't go back. Like, when you get a divorce from somebody, you can't go back and say it. If I wish I had did this, I should have did that. You didn't. It's done. You divorced. The relationship is over with. And now you're feeling guilty because you're all alone, right? You haven't lived alone all these years. So now you're forced to be with yourself. And so now you're like, well, I did this wrong. I should have cooked more, or I should have cleaned more. I should have been more attentive to him. And then the man is saying, maybe I should have bought her more gifts, or I should have came home from work and spent, more time with her and the kids, or just whatever it is within your household. You cannot go back and change it. You can, however, forgive yourself, move forward, and make sure that your future is powerful. Make sure that you learned from those mistakes, right? But again, forgive yourself and move on, right? And have a positive mindset when you do so. I know that's easier said than done, but have a positive mindset. Um, Kim said it is integral in moving forward. Yes, it is. It is. It's important because if you don't do it, you're going to stay stuck. You're going to stay stuck in that place of I coulda, shoulda, woulda, but I didn't, right? So it's very important to move forward, and let's keep moving forward, and let's forgive yourself. And then I'm going to pull up this last one. And if you guys have any questions while I'm putting them, the last one, make sure you put them down in the comments section and I can address them while the podcast is going on. Okay, so number 10 is learn from the past. Learn from the past. The past is behind you, and no matter how badly things went wrong, like I said before, no matter how badly things went wrong, there's nothing you can do to change them. Whenever you feel negative thoughts about the past coming up, replace them with positive thoughts about the future. So, what are some examples that we can do to replace negative thoughts with positive thoughts? Well, let's see. We're using the relationship example, not being when you weren't as attentive to your mate as your mate would have loved you to be, and the relationship is over. And so he's like, dang, if I only had made him a sandwich, if I only had did this for him, if I only had rubbed his feet. Well, now we talking about the future. When I get my new man, oh my God, I'm going to love on him. I'm going to make him sandwiches. We're going to go out together. We just going to have a great time together. And so replace all of what you didn't do with something positive. Oh, I'm going to look good. So let me prepare myself for my new man. I'm about to go to the gym. I'm about to get it right. And the fellas go through this too, because when I'm up in the gym, I see all of the fellas in there with the six pack and the big arms. They're not preparing themselves for nothing, because you should see some of them women and men that come in the gym. They look gorgeous. They're preparing themselves not only for their beach body, but they want to look good with their significant other. They want somebody to want them. And so that just like they want someone to be attracted to them as well. So they're in there getting it right. Deja says, are we following these in chronological order? Yes, you can switch them around however you choose to fit. But yes, this is the order that I put them in, but you can use what works for you. If it works for you, you can use what works for you. If it doesn't, then it's like one of those things, like I hear it, I acknowledge it, but let me number 3 work better than number 4 or whatever. So whatever works for you. But yes, you can follow them in chronological order as I laid them out for you, because the ultimate goal for all of these is that at the end, the result that you get is that you have a mindset that is preparing you for what is about to come next in your life, right? What is about to come next in your life? Like, so somebody says to me, if you stay ready, then you don't have to get ready. Right? I'll say it again. If you stay ready, then you don't have to get ready. And I never really understood what that person was saying until my life started changing and opportunities started coming my way that I wasn't prepared for. that I had to crash when I started doing this podcast. It's like, first of all, I had to get over fears of being on live camera. Okay. Because if anybody follow Erica Lynn Speaks podcast, y'all see the first season, everything was recorded, edited, mixed down in case I stuttered, messed up a word, or whatever. Then this particular person, one of my coaches, say like that, they challenged me to go live every day on Facebook. And I think I did it for like 30 days. And what came from me going live for like 1 minute or 2 minutes, what came from me was my strength and my me being encouraged and knowing that I actually can be live on the camera in front of others. And so then when all of this new technology came out and Facebook Live and things like that came out, then I was ready to do the podcast live because I like to interact with my audience and I love for you guys to ask questions and I answer them. So now that statement that's made, if I stay ready, I don't have to get ready. So now what that means to me, and this happens on a regular basis, I might get a phone call and say, Erica, I need you to do a podcast interview. Or Erica, I need you to be on camera. Erica, can you do this? Or Erica, can you do that? That has to do with something with me being on camera. And I just instantly jump into camera mode, right? Because I stay ready. The other thing is like getting your body together, right? Because that's why I keep bringing Dr. Don on the podcast, because I'm trying to help you stay ready. So when that opportunity comes that you need to have you need or want your physique to be the way it is, then we've helped you prepare ahead of time. So we helped you prepare for the job that you want instead of getting the job that you want and then trying to prepare at that moment. Does that make sense to anybody? I hope this helps somebody. I hope this podcast was a blessing to somebody and help you. Look, I had to check out my notes. So in preparing your mindset for the second quarter, you also have to understand how you think, understand your thought process, right? So all of these things additional, they do help you with your thought process, but understand how you think about things, right? Really get to know your patterns. And so when you're writing things down, write down like your reaction to something. Well, when I watch TV, I usually cry or I feel sad. Or for me, everybody know I probably jump out of my skin, right? So if you catch me off guard, I get scared, right? Or I might like jump, right? So what does that mean? That means that if I know this is how I respond, then I probably don't want to walk around with knives in my hand, or I probably don't want to do something that when I respond like that, it's going to cause a bad reaction. So really get to know yourself and really get to know the way you think and why you react the way you write. So that's part of the journaling process. I think next month maybe we're going to go over journaling, and I'm going to bring some experts on the podcast to kind of really help you guys dive deeper into journaling, because everybody always says, please journal, please journal. This is how you journal. This is why you journal. And then you guys are on the receiving end and says, I'm going to journal, I'm going to journal, I'm going to journal. And you never journal, right? But really understanding how important it is and how it actually helps you. So it's more than just me saying to journal, it's saying this is why it's important for you to journal. To me, journaling help you exercise your crazy. It ain't nothing wrong with being a little crazy, okay? Because Erica Lynn got a little crazy. Deja got a little crazy. We all got a little crazy in us. But if you exercise as you get it out, cry, scream, jump, swim, work out, that helps me going to the gym, because I could just be really, my anxiety can be really displaced one day, and I go to the gym. That helps me. Like I said earlier, being outside in the green grass, whatever it is, figure out what works for you. So you guys, we only got about a couple of minutes left here on the podcast. If you have any questions about any of the strategies that we went over to prepare your mindset, please put them down in the comment section. So I'm going to go through them one more time. Number one was only use positive words when you're talking. I am proud. I am beautiful. I'm bold. I'm handsome. I can create. I can do all things that through Christ that strengthens me. whatever it is, let's get it done. And Sonya put them down in the comment section for you guys. You can see it. She's on one of the Facebook pages. Number two was push out all the feelings that aren't positive, anything that's negative. I mean, listen, if you got negative people, you know how they say the naysayers. Push them out the way. Get them, get that. Hey, you can't come over here with that negativity. Don't come around me with that negativity. And people might be like, that's rude. No, well, it's rude for you to it's rude for you to bring your negativity to me. Right? If I'm positive or I'm trying to be happy about changing my life and you want to come with this negativity and you tell them don't come this way, that's not rude. You have a right to stop and control what comes into your life, who comes into your life, and what people put into your brain, right? You know, some people don't even watch TV because they don't want the negative thoughts, right? Like all that wonderful food. Because now we let's go to a healthy eating example, right? So now you're trying to diet, you're trying to eat right, you're trying to exercise. And what comes on TV? A freaking burger commercial, the best looking burger in the god doggone world. Now you sitting there like, I want to go get a burger. Well, don't even watch that stuff on. Don't even watch it. Change the channel. Protect your space. Like Sonya said, she put it down in the comment section. Protect your space. Protect your mental space, your physical space. This your the 60-second rule. Don't even let them get close to you. And she also said journaling is power. Absolutely. So what do we got? Number three was use words that evoke strength and success. Like Kim said, he is unwavering. Deja said that what did she say? I was going through the comments. Oh, Don says she is grateful. Deja says she attract abundance. Use words that evoke strength and success. You are powerful. You are wonderful. You are gorgeous. God put you here on this earth to make a difference. You know, I was listening to Tiffany Haddish story. It was like an old story when she first started coming out and she was being interviewed on the Breakfast Club. And she was telling how she makes it through. She said she get up and she do positive affirmation. She tells herself that she can accomplish and do all of these things that she can. And then she also said that someone has said to her, her job on this earth was to make people happy, bring them happiness, regardless of what she's going through in her life, that she has to make people happy. Now, this was before she became a comedian, and she was like, well, how am I going to make people happy? Well, you see, she stumbled upon her gift of making people happy through laughter. Even when she's sad and going through, she still can make you laugh your butt right on out the chair. Number four is practice positive affirmations. I'm beautiful. I'm wonderful. I'm losing 500. No, not 500. Let me go. I'm losing 50, 40 more pounds because I got 40 more pounds to go. I've lost, look, that's positive. I lost 40 pounds, so I'm speaking it ahead, right? I did lose 40, but I'm going after 40 more. Um, put that on the wall. To this week, I'm going to lose 5 pounds. Next week, I'm losing this. Whatever it is, that it's a positive goal, positive affirmation. Just speak it. Speak it into existence. Number five was direct your thoughts. Direct your thoughts in a good place, right? Direct your thoughts that you can accomplish. Direct your thoughts. Don't focus on those negative things. Don't obtain tunnel vision. Direct your thoughts in the positive direction or in the direction that you want to go in. If you want to go after that job, direct your thoughts to doing everything that you need to do to get that job. If you want that relationship, if you want the woman of your dream, direct your thoughts and going after that woman of your dreams and making sure that you get yourself together. If you want that man, we all want Mr. Handsome. We all want, how they call him, tall, dark, and handsome. Direct your thoughts into the man that you want. He may not necessarily be the package that you want, but if he's blessed with all of the contents and the things that you ask God for, direct your thoughts for that man and don't miss out on that blessing. Y'all heard me tell that in the podcast before. If a brother is short or if he a little on the plus size, but he meet all of your criteria, you could work with the physical later. But if a brother or a sister is good to you, don't miss out on your blessing. Direct your thoughts to obtaining that relationship, or direct your thoughts on getting that business. Direct your thoughts on losing that weight. Direct your thoughts on just being positive. Number 6 was believe you will succeed. If you believe, you will, you can, and you will achieve it. So believe it. Number 7, analyze what went wrong. What you just analyze. I ain't saying stay there. I ain't saying go into a depression because it went wrong. I just said analyze. Look up the definition of analyze if y'all not sure. Just analyze it so that you can pick out the key components of the things that you need to use when you move forward so that you're on the right path. And then number 8, give yourself credit. Always celebrate the small wins, the big wins. I did it. You can accomplish it. I'm telling you guys, I'm on such a high right now to find out that all the things that I taught my children about starting a business and contracts and stuff, for them to turn around and start teaching me, I am so celebrating. Why am I celebrating? For one, they not in my pocket. For two, they become entrepreneurs. 3, they moving forward. 4, they're going to be very successful because they're going to use these 10 steps and be very successful and continue to move forward. Now, what did I say? Give yourself credit. Number 9 was forgive yourself. I can't go back and change the past. I can't go, but I forgive myself for the things I did wrong. I forgive myself for spanking you if I just spanked you and hurt your feelings. But I'm moving forward because that spanking grew you up, guys, up to be wonderful young adults. Don't tell nobody I spanked my kids. I did. I spanked them. And number 10 is learn from my past. Y'all can learn from my past. You can learn from somebody else's past, right? We always say talk to your grandmothers or the people who your mom and your grandmoms and your aunt, and they can tell you what went wrong or what they didn't do. And sometimes you can learn from somebody else's past, and you're like, oh, I'm not going down that path. I'm not doing that again. I'm not gonna let my kids live with me till they 100 years old. I'm not doing that. Oh, I'll be nicer to a man, or I'll learn, like, because your grandmas and your granddaddy, they tell you how to treat a man and how to treat a woman and how to get what you want, right? So start learning from your past. So that was the 10 steps. Did I miss anything? So if you guys have any questions or comments, this is the time. I'm going to end this podcast. Next week we will be discussing more about second quarter strategies, but I'm going to come with a twist. We're not going to just be focusing on the mindset, but we're going to be focusing on the results of what having a positive mind, the results of having a positive mindset, like how those results affect you and make a change and make a difference in your life. Make sure that you join this podcast every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Tell your friends, tell your family, like, hey, we're talking about second quarter strategies. And so y'all know when Dr. Don come back on here, she gonna tell y'all about how to have that beach body, right? But if you see her, she wasn't always that size. She been preparing ahead of time along the way, right? When we were at her house eating ribs and chicken and greens and all this stuff, she was over there juicing and doing the things that she had to do. But look at her body. Like, we went to Myrtle Beach 2 weeks ago. I was like, God, dog, I wish I had it listened years ago, but I couldn't put the ribs down. But it's never too late to get started. So anyway, make sure you share this podcast. And if you are not following me on Facebook, you can follow me on Erica Lynn Speaks on Facebook. And if you guys want to follow me on YouTube, I am on Erica Lynn Speaks on YouTube. Make sure that when you share the podcast and say, hey, Erica Lynn fam, hashtag Erica Lynn fam, second quarter strategy, so that everybody, they need to get in on the second quarter strategy. Y'all know I'm going to bring some heavy hitters on here and we're going to get deeper, but I just wanted to start with the mindset so that you guys understand how important it is, and that the mindset is the first step in anything that you try or you go after or that you want to accomplish. Because without the right mindset, you just won't have the energy, or don't care, or won't continue. You'll start something and won't finish it. But all in all, let's get your mind right. Dr. Don said more like how to fight these plagues. Okay. So that's what we're going to talk about, Dr. Don, when you come back on the podcast. That's awesome. And she says, good show. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining the podcast. And those who are just joining or get to watch the replay, make sure that you watch it in its entirety and utilize these 10 steps. Really, really utilize them because they really do help. And I just want to make sure I always add value and provide just the best for you. And so with that being said, I love you guys. And make sure y'all tune in next week on Erica Lynn Speaks podcast at 7 p.m. on the podcast. And that's all I got to say today. Don't forget to make sure y'all hashtag Erica Lynn fam. And we was doing the Move More challenge. So I hope, I know, and I believe that you guys have all been moving more, and just post your pictures of activities that you're doing and put hashtag Move More, hashtag Erica Lynn fam. And so I love you guys. And don't forget to put the answer to the question. So the question is, how do you prepare for second quarter? Make sure you leave your answers on Facebook or on Instagram. Doesn't matter, Facebook or Instagram, and put hashtag Erica Lynn fam. And we will bring your questions and answers up in the next podcast because I got a team that's pulling all that information off of social media. So that's my time, you guys. And I got nothing else. I don't know if you guys have anything else. Let me get the outro on. Okay. So anyway, look, that's the other thing. I learned how to be the producer, right? The producer, the start of the show. Because what did I say? If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. That's my time. I'm Erica Lynn Speaks. And always remember to take one step beyond you. God bless you. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday. This podcast was brought to you by EricaLynnSpeaks.com. Sign up for your free consultation today at EricaLynnSpeaks.com/work with me. And just remember, it only takes just one step beyond
beyond you. I say Erica Lynn Speaks.